Hundreds of protesters taking to the streets of Detroit in this heat for a fifth straight night. WWJ City Beat reporter Vickie Thomas has been out there, and it's peaceful so far, Vickie, huh?
Yeah, peaceful so far for sure, Sandra. We turned off of Gratiot onto Mack Avenue and then onto East Grand Boulevard near Swanson Funeral Home. And I could tell you, we may have lost a few protesters, but I think others joined, and it's still a good sizable crowd. I would estimate at around 2,000 people, and they are weathering this blistering heat. They do have, like, I'm coming up to Canfield, East Canfield and Grand Boulevard, but this protest started with a rally at Public Safety Headquarters, and we're well into it now, and no sign of letting up here. Certainly, we hope it stays peaceful here tonight. You see the protesters continuing to make their way down Gratiot Avenue here on the city's east side. About half of the protesters have gone back to their cars. This faction of the protesters, they're going to continue on, and I believe they will continue on beyond the 8 o'clock curfew. So we will see the police are still leading the protest, and they are also behind the protesters. But I believe that they will be out here beyond the 8 o'clock curfew. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
The time is now 8 p.m. The city of Detroit has an 8 p.m. curfew. Please return home.
Here in Detroit, it was a standoff for a time between police and protesters in the middle of Gratiot Avenue. WWJ's Vickie Thomas is live from the city's east side. Vickie?
They're standing their ground. It had been a peaceful protest, and now you hear the officers moving in, hitting their shields with their baton. Special response team vehicle. Nothing but a sea of police lights here on Gratiot at Connor. You have protesters stuck in the middle here. They're asking them to go home. They've arrested a couple protesters out front.
One of them were resisting, but... And now police are moving in. Police are moving in now.
Oh, wow, they're taking bicycles.
Police are moving in.
They are moving in now and arresting the protesters. It's getting pretty tense here.
Police are now.
One officer, a few officers down. It's just getting really ugly. It's getting really ugly. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Okay, I'm an observer. I want to observe.
Protesters are being arrested now. believe they did spray some tear gas. Some are standing up and being arrested. Some were taken down pretty hard. Yeah, he was sprayed with the tear gas. The chief says he's disappointed. He did not want to make those arrests, but they moved in, Sandra, quickly and swiftly. And they did take some people down to the ground pretty hard. I witnessed that. Overall, no one was seriously hurt. The deployment of the tear gas left some people, screaming in pain. I actually have that on the WWJ Facebook page where you can actually see the confrontation. And I would encourage everyone to take a look because, this is democracy, right? This is a free speech. They stood their ground as protesters, and then the police, they stood their ground, and the chief says that while he hated to make those arrests tonight, that he is sending the clear message that you cannot violate the curfew, and he thought that they were patient and lenient and forced to do what they did tonight, and that's arrest of over 100 protesters here. Reporting live and local, Vickie Thomas, WWJ News Radio 950.